Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is part 2 of They Came From Beneath the Sea. The Crabby Lizard from the Horrid Depths. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing the mayor's wife, Edith Baker.
I'm Liam, and I play a lifeguard named Chad Marino.
I'm Michael, and I play a fisher named Martin.
I'm Mike, and I play Detective Hugh Barron.
I'm Thomas, and I'm playing the chemist Dr. Harold.
Thanks to quick thinking thanks to some quick thinking from Hugh, and of course the power of the American dream itself, he was able to convert one of the aliens to your side, all before a great crash could be heard on the other side of town. You sit in the strange radio tower, perhaps is the best way to describe it, as the strange alien seems to be working on his computer now, frantically trying to do something. Yes, they've taken all control. All of it. By the 7 spheres of Orion.
What does that mean, that they've taken all control? Does that mean there's nothing you can do to help us?
I think I can help you, but not directly, not from here. One moment. As he starts pressing some of the buttons and you see something open. This is a Repellifor 95. It is a ray gun using our technology. It is powerful, but it gives out a signal that is attractive to the mother beast and her offspring.
The mother beast?
You've seen the lizards out in the swamp?
Yep.
I'm sure we have.
Yes, those are the infants. The mother is much larger. Catastrophically large.
And that's what you've woken up.
Yes, and that is what they have control of now.
So we can use that gun to draw them here.
You could draw local ones, but the gun itself is a ray gun that will harm anyone who's shot by it. But it will also send out a signal that draws those creatures to you. Use it sparingly.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't think I should have the ray gun.
I think the rest of them agree.
Very much. I'll take the ray gun.
There you are. I also have this. It is a graviton calculator.
What?
A graviton calculator. It is a fast-acting microcomputer. It does rapid calculations and can plug into our technology, allowing you to use some of it. I have made some quick modifications to it so that it speaks in your language.
Hey, Doc, you want to grab that?
I guess I can. That'll be quite handy.
Here you are. In game terms, Michael, that ray gun gives you a +2 equipment bonus in ranged combat rolls.
Okay.
And Thomas, the calculator gives you a +1 equipment bonus on all technology rolls. So you will gain the equipment bonus in automatic successes if you roll at least 1 success. You will need to go to the mothership.
Where exactly is that at?
The mothership is north, under a lighthouse, hidden.
Oh.
It has
It's not in space.
Correct. The signal on the Crustacean Mega Operator 5000 is relatively short, and it doesn't want to be flying around to be an easy target. At least not now, as they are powering it up. You will need to get onto the ship, defeat my former brothers, and then use that calculator to turn off the Crustacean Mega Operator 5000 computer. That will make the monster go back to its natural state. rather than being under the control of the men of Vector 5.
Now, you're saying we have to get on this ship. What's to stop the ship from leaving with us on it?
That is a risk.
Because this ain't the pie that I signed up to bake, gentlemen.
I can work here to create a field so that the ship cannot leave your atmosphere.
I think we should definitely do that then.
Oh, you used equip. My apologies. Perfect.
I've been waiting to use that. I was going to use it at the end of the last session, but somebody stole my thunder. I wonder who that was, Mike.
Yeah. Good way to kick off this session, though. I appreciate that.
It's so fitting, though.
It is.
Right. So, oh, well, you should do the quip stuff then.
Can I just hold off on that?
Yeah, you can.
I just really wanted to use the line because it seemed so fitting for this conversation.
Fair.
It's a great line.
So, I guess we probably need to head north then. If you think you can keep the ship here.
I believe so. Be careful. I believe that the Crabby Lizard has now gotten to your town. You may have to attempt to avoid it.
Now, wait a minute. When we shut off the crustacean mega operator 5000, you said it reverts to its natural state, right?
Yes.
What is that? Is it going to go back into the ocean, or are we still going to have to take it down?
It will come to collect its children first, then likely try and get them out of a dangerous situation, which I would say, being on land in a strange environment not known to it, would drive it back into the sea.
All right, and that Repelliform 95, can that take it down?
That it would be a sting more so than anything else. We might be able to use weapons on the ship if we do need to destroy the thing. But it is a natural creature in some ways.
Right. Now those people outside, are they going to be alright, or do we need to get, well, town probably isn't very safe for them either.
No, the town is in grave danger.
Can we bring them in here at least? Will they be safe inside?
We only have so much space, but you can bring as many as you think. The best thing to do is to evacuate the city and get as far inland as possible.
Right. Yeah, I was talking about the people right outside that we had to get past.
Oh, they're alive.
I sure hope so.
Then yes, you can drag them in here.
Well, let's do that and then get a move on.
Alright. So you drag them in, you get a move on. He starts to move the tower a little closer so that you can get right onto the trail and get back to your vehicle.
I'll drive us there.
Alright. So as you start driving through the town, you see it. The creature is over a few 100 feet tall, a massive lizard with two crustaceous claws crashing and grappling buildings before crushing them as it shrieks out as boiling water is fired from the mouth. I will need you to avoid the obstacles that it is firing out in all directions.
Alright. I'm going to just try and focus on keeping calm and hope that I'm too small of a target for it to really care.
Okay. Let's see. That will be... We'll say that's a composure drive.
Alright. And is... When do you get the archetype die bonus?
I'm not sure. Where's the archetype die bonus?
It's for being wounded.
Oh. Okay, then...
Is it when the box is filled in? Is it when you have anything?
Yeah, no, it's when the square is filled in.
Squared. Okay, yeah. No one's at that point.
Yeah, so you don't have any bonuses yet.
I guess, do you guys mind if I use one of the... It's not momentum in this. Writer's
Writer
credits.
pool? Yeah.
Yeah. Writer pool.
Do it.
And it's 2?
Works for me.
Does it add 2 dice?
It adds 1 per 1.
Ah. I'll use 2.
Not using the die roller?
God damn it. Keeping it.
Okay.
4 successes.
Okay. As you start swerving around, chunks of debris start smashing into the road as you duck or weave and avoid the people running through. You have 1 extra die, because I'm assuming you're going to pay off all the complications.
Yes.
Then you have 1 spare die for a stunt. This stunt can be used to decrease the amount of rolls you will need to get to the lighthouse.
Yeah, I will get us there faster.
Perfect. As you do that, you're going through, and because of this extra momentum, you're going to have a 1 enhancement bonus on this next roll. Make 1 more composure pilot skill, please.
Okay.
So that's 2 successes.
All right.
So you are successful as you're leaving the town behind as you see the creature giving out the roar and the smash, and smashes another building. It looks like City Hall has been smashed.
Never liked that building.
No! So much effort went into that building. We've done so much good from that building. These monsters must be stopped. How can you not care?
Didn't say I didn't care, just said I didn't like the building.
Men.
You pull up and you see the lighthouse. The lighthouse seems pretty standard, like a regular lighthouse, with 1 noticeable difference. There is a giant violet light shooting out of the lighthouse in the direction of the Crabby Lizard.
This looks like the place.
All right, let's head in.
All
So
right.
Are we gonna go in the front door, or?
That's my plan.
I'm gonna case the joint and see if there might not be a way to sneak in.
Okay. Bring up a character sheet just so I can look at the skills.
Figure larceny and then I'm not sure what attribute. Intelligence or cunning, probably.
It would be cunning because you're doing a quick case.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll do larceny.
1 success.
There is a storm shelter towards the back of the lighthouse that might be another entrance in.
Alright, we want to do that or go in the front door?
Found another way in, we can go that way.
I suppose we'll go the back way.
Okay.
Catch these guys by surprise.
As you start to move in, you hear the rumbling and the buzz all around you. The storm shelter once you go into the storm cellar, you notice that the walls are all oddly chrome with strange buzzings, and another door just beyond with a keypad of some kind.
Dr. Harold, do you want to investigate that?
Is that more of a technology thing? Yeah. Because I can use the calculator, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would that be intellect or cunning?
I would say intellect.
And is that the calculator gives 1 extra die?
It gives you 1 extra success as long as you roll 1 success.
Okay.
All right, 2 successes. That is enough to buy off the difficulty. As you're looking through, and the calculator comes up with a set of numbers that correspond with the keypad on the keyboard, or symbols on the keypad.
Alright.
What was that, Hugh?
Very nice. Good work.
You punch in the symbols, and the door swings open. As you are greeted by a horrifying fishman.
Who's going in the door first?
I shoot
Dr.
the fish man.
Well, the fishman gets to go first because he sees the doctor first.
Okay.
Let's see, close combat. There we are. 3, 6.
Oh my.
So that's 2 successes, and I can't. Does he get an equipment bonus for his claws? No. So he does 2 damage to you, Doctor. You may now shoot the fishman, Martin.
Gonna take aim, line up the shot, and shoot him between the eyes. What am I rolling?
We are going to say composure, firearms, or whatever the far range skill is. That's 4, so
That's 6 successes.
6 successes. Would you like to convert that into all damage?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You hit it, the creature flings backwards, falling down, the smoldering from its head. Overhead, you hear a roar and several steps that seem to be getting closer.
Oh.
From inside?
No, from outside.
Okay.
From the south.
Yeah, no, that just wanted to make sure.
All right.
I mean, at least we're leading it away from town.
Alright, now I guess we start heading in.
You start heading in.
Does the fishman have anything on him?
He does not. He seems to be colored.
Oh, interesting.
You start moving down as you hear someone talking. It's a strange alien voice, high-pitched and squeaky.
Do we understand what it's saying?
Currently you do not. You could use the cinematic bad dubbing, though.
Mike, I think you really need to do the bad dubbing.
We can go over what that means.
With an
Alright,
accent,
so-
please.
All right. So I get to decide what he's saying.
So we will give you the exact rules of bad dubbing. Bad dubbing would cost you 1 from your writer's pool. The language of the aliens are the first line of defense against discovery by humans. If their words cannot be deciphered, it's impossible to know their plans. Of course, that does not bode well for our audience, does it? That's why we've hired a team of the finest voice actors small amounts of money can buy to dub over the click-clack-clunk of alien speech with something a little closer to home. Players with the cinematic active or can activate it at an opportune time, and the director will then dub over the alien conversation in English for their benefit. So I will be doing the dubbing.
Can it still have an accent?
Sure.
Yes. Just use Google Translate to do it.
Oh, Christ. The player triggering this cinematic can rest assured that whenever they utilize it, they will only be getting top quality exposition of the plot.
That's fantastic.
Playing along, you know your character can't hear what was said, and that means you need to play along. Sure, feel free to use the knowledge you've gained, but you have to find a way to explain it off. Convincing and hilarious explanation should be rewarded with 1 experience points. So, yes. Just come up with ways you know how you translated this, basically, and you're fine. Anyway, to the dubbing. You terrible fish things, worshipping that thing as a god. You best know that we will make sure your god is safe, but only if you prevent intruders. We know that the tower was attacked. We know something happened with Xehanort Grimmerthrum. He seemed to try and take control back from the ship. But we're too smart for that. Keep an eye on it or I'll activate your collars and it'll all be the worst for you.
I don't know what that guy's saying, but it sounds like he's yelling at some. I wonder if those collars mean that those fish things are slaves or servants or something. We might be able to get him on our side.
I mean, you managed it the last time, so maybe you should try again.
I don't know. Might have to do something with these collars. Can I
We don't
go
really
back
have-
and examine? Sorry.
Do we have time to examine them, or do we need to get going before our town gets destroyed?
I mean, I think the creature's on its way here, so...
That's fair. Maybe the good doctor would like to take a look.
If I can be of help,
See what you can figure out with that collar on that thing that we...
I'll try. That be the same roll as the door?
Yes. That's 2 successes. You notice a sort of radio transmitter on the back. You also notice circuits that you typically use on your animals your test animals for their shock therapy. It looks like these could be activated remotely.
So they're just remote shock collars, like for training dogs.
More advanced, but yes.
Alright. We might have to either pull them off or figure out some way to disable them before we figure out a way to disable giant monster control ray.
Or we could just activate them.
Oh, clever. Clever. Is it possible to activate them remotely with the collar, or do we have to
You have to get a remote.
bring them? Okay. Well, if it's all the same. Anybody have any ideas? Do we just rush them?
Well, I think we need to go towards that voice we heard, at minimum. Just not me in front.
I can take the lead.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you, Martin.
Alright. Gonna move down cautiously through the hallway
Okay.
and peer into the room that's up ahead.
You see 4 of those fish creatures, collared, as well as a crustacean-like man with his arms crossed behind him, watching them. It's difficult to glean a expression from his crabby face, as well as another one of the alien-like creatures, like the one you met in the tower.
You gonna try and talk to these, Hugh?
I mean, I could. Unless you just want to shoot him.
That's the plan.
Alright, give it up.
I'll take aim from around as I come around the corner at the crab dude.
Okay.
Shoot at him.
All right. Make that shot. You get an additional enhancement bonus for firing behind cover.
Okay.
So it'll be plus 3 successes as long as you roll 1. So that's
6 successes.
Yeah, 6 successes. As you strike him, and you hear a louder boom from your own weapon, and the roaring becomes louder. As the alien seems hurt, he is alive as he goes, "Stupid animals! Seize them!" We're going to do initiatives.
Alright. What is initiative in this again?
It is cunning plus whatever combat skill you believe you're going to be using.
Can I use cunning and enigmas to figure out the shock collar thing?
No, we were going to go with the primary form of combat and that you're going to use if, like, the enigmas fails. However, if someone gets a really high slot, then you could go first, regardless.
For initiative, do 10s count as 2 successes?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I did pretty good.
Okay. Copy paste is my friend. I believe I said there are 4 fishmen.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And finally, the crab guy. I do love some of these monsters, though. Like the seahorse people.
I'm totally on board with the seahorse people.
Robo sharks are also pretty high up there.
Oh god, yes.
Alright, now to go through everyone's initiative real quick to see what they all rolled. Okay. So, you guys get to go first. Who is going to be the first person to go?
That doesn't include Martin because he already made the first shot, right?
No. That was outside of combat.
Okay.
So Martin is allowed a shot.
Okay.
Yeah,
That doesn't want to go first.
either him or somebody with close combat.
Are you not going to try to talk our way out of this again?
Oh, I've got something up my sleeve. Don't.
Well, if you don't want to go first, I'd say the ray gun should probably go first then.
Yeah, I can try and take another shot, but I was just gonna charge in.
Just close combat?
But I guess I'll go. I'm gonna tackle the crab guy. Like, I'm gonna charge through and just jump on him.
Alright. So you're going to just charge the crab guy?
Yep.
Cool.
What do you want me to roll?
We'll do might close combat if you're doing the
Alright.
just straight charge.
Nope.
You run into him and kind of bounce off. Alright. Enemy's turn. Since we're here, the crab man is going to attack you. One hand has 5 fingers and the other one has a giant crabby claw. As you hear him going, "Cursed surface dweller, here, take this and understand your betters." And he's going to do might plus close combat. So that is 6 damage. Michael, you can choose to try and dodge it with a dexterity roll, or which would reduce the number of successes, or you can choose to take it. And if you choose to take it, what that means is it only fills up the last health tracks in that category. So you would fill up all of them in just a flesh wound and check the box, and that's it, if you chose to take the hit.
What does it mean when we check the box?
It means that you get a +1 die to all of your archetype skills.
Oh. So there can be a benefit to taking all of the hits.
Well, also, he might take more damage if he chooses to dodge it. Taking the
Fair
hit
enough.
means that you fill out everything in that damage category. Versus trying to roll, and whatever he rolls, that is what subtracts from the damage. And if the damage is more than that full category, it bleeds. He could still check the box and take additional damage in the other category. That's the risk reward.
I like it.
Which one would you like to do, Michael?
So you didn't hear anything I was saying.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm going to... Do you guys mind if I take one from the writer's pool since I just generated one, and I'm going to try and soak it?
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, soaking and trying to soak 6 damage.
I soak all of it. Fuck his claws.
Damn. It's impressive.
Wow.
So you
Sorry,
soak all of
no,
it.
I only soaked 5, so I still
Okay,
take
so-
one.
So you took one. As the claw comes at you, you kind of get out of the way as it grabs your arm and gives kind of a squeeze as it cuts into your skin and a bit of blood splashes. Next, a fishman is going to attack Chad. And misses. The alien is going to pull his ray gun, shaking. He's going to take aim because he doesn't want to hit his ally. He's going to take aim at Hugh. So that is 4 damage, Hugh. Would you like to soak it, or would you like to take it all?
Taking it, I would just check 2 boxes and just.
No, you would just check the box next to just a flesh wound and fill in all 3 circles.
Okay. And otherwise, yeah, I'll just do that.
All right.
Like, I won't try to dodge it and risk taking.
Okay, so the blast hits. It strikes your side a little bit, causing a bit of a hole, but it instantly cauterizes, missing all vital organs. As you stand there heroically, gain a +1 die to all archetype dice rolls.
Ooh. Now you're making me mad.
Alright, for the alien one, and one of the fishmen is going to jump at the doctor. And that's 2 damage. Doctor, would you like to roll soak or just take it?
Which was soak again?
That would be
Stamina.
your stamina.
Generally it's stamina.
Stamina and potentially any armor, but I don't believe you have any.
Okay, I actually have a question about my health now then.
Okay.
Last game I took 1
Mm-hmm.
when I got shot, and then earlier this game I took 2 more when I opened the door and this thing attacked me.
Okay.
So does that mean that whole thing is full now, or?
Oh, it is full, so you do have
He
just
should
a
have
flesh
soaked
wound.
He should have soaked the first one.
That's true. That's true. So, roll soak real quick, twice basically, Thomas.
It's just raw stamina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, dang it.
Well, you soaked all of the last one.
Okay, so then it would be take a hit and fill up the thing, or
Yes, or try and soak.
I'll try to soak it.
All right. Don't forget the T. So you soaked 1. You took 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And finally, one of the fishmen is going to attack Edith.
How rude.
That is 5 damage.
I'm just gonna soak that.
You gonna soak it, or are you gonna just take the hit?
Or I'm just gonna take it and fill out the first line.
Okay.
Here's but a flesh wound.
As the thing strikes at you, claws kind of miss, and it slams you, and your shoulder slams into the hallway that you are in.
Now I believe it would be my turn, right?
It is any of the players.
I would
Go
like
for
to
it.
shot. I would like to use my trademark of get off my land to scream at this guy, this crab person, and shoot him. So, I believe you get, I think it would be dexterity, aim, and then do I get 2 extra because
Bonus
I'm
dice,
using
yeah.
trademark?
Yep.
Okay. So,
And if you succeed, that'll allow you to cinematically edit as well. Nice. And the shotgun added 1 to that.
yes.
So that's 5 damage. And now you can do a cinematic edit with your stunt.
Where can you describe? So I'm in the hallway, right at the doorway, and there's one guy right on top of me. How close am I to the other fish people?
Relatively close. It's a small, chaotic, basically, fray where 2 jumped in, sliding back, sliding through the others slimily, and the crab creature right next to your fisherman companion.
Can I? What I'm envisioning right now is taking a shot at this guy and catching him full on in the face, and him falling back, flailing, and taking 1 or 2 of the fish people down with him in kind of a jumbled mess on the floor if they're close enough.
Okay. If you do that, not all of this will be damage. Just so you know.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, yeah. You shoot. He is launched off of... The Crabman is launched off Michael, or Martin. Crabman is launched off Martin. As he flails backward, a claw catches the fishman that is on Chad, and his hand desperately grabs before grabbing the fishman that was on Hugh as they all hit the floor. That you spent, I'm going to say you spend 2 of your stunt for that, and you did 3 damage to the Crabman.
Yes.
It is, of course, your guys' turn still.
I'll punch one of the fishmen then.
Okay. Damn.
Okay, so...
2, 4, 6. That's 6 successes.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you're just going to do 6 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, you take your swing and you clock him. You clock him hard as the fishman is sort of reeling, completely taken aback. Alright, there's 2 slots left for you guys. Who wants to go next?
Can I use enigmas to figure out the control panels and figure out how he's controlling the fishmen, or you know, where the big red button is that shocks them?
Yes, you can do a cunning enigmas.
All right.
2. That is enough to buy off the successes, as you do notice that there's a slight bulge, a square bulge, in the coat pocket of the alien who had been knocked over by the ray gun shot.
All right. Is that my turn, or can I still...
You can say something, but that would be your turn, yes.
Okay.
So you can say something first.
Yeah, I'll just say, hey, his pocket. It's in his pocket.
All right.
So does that just leave me?
That does just leave you.
I guess I will go for the alien's pocket.
Okay. We can go... How do you want... So we'll go dexterity larceny to do that.
Okay.
You get a hold of the... You pull it out. You have the remote. You have time to press the button.
Okay. Press the button then.
You press the button as you hear a boop, 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 boop from the end of the remote as the collars turn on for all the fishmen. They shake and convulse and fall over unconscious. All that is left is the Crabman and the alien. And with that, the last enemy is taken out entirely. And the round is over. It is back to the top of the round, which means it's back to you guys. You guys have full access to everyone to do something. Who is going to go first?
I'm gonna get the pin the Crabman so we can interrogate him.
Okay. We'll have a... It's pretty clever. We'll do... You can do either cunning or might, whichever is higher, plus close combat. Difficulty 2.
Two successes.
2 successes exactly. As you grab the Crabman, you flip him out, you jump off, you grab him, and you slam your hands down on both arms. As the Crabman's like, "Let go of me, you rapscallion!" Enemy's turn. Alien guy looks at Dr. Harold and goes, "Give that back! You miscreant little mudman!" And he misses. In fact, he botches. As the beam shoots out, bounces around the room before nailing him between the eyes, doing 1 damage, which was enough to kill him.
Wow. And I thought Ms. Baker wasn't the best shot here.
I heard that.
And the Crabman will attempt to get out from under Martin, but He is greatly discouraged, which means he's going to lose some dice on this roll. Martin, you may do a might close combat
Can I
to
do
keep. Oh, go ahead.
stamina athletics?
Sure.
Since I'm just trying to I have the hold, I just have to maintain it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Nice. So you succeed in keeping the hold.
Well,
As the crabs
detective,
shaking.
do you want to start your interrogation?
Yes, I do. And the sunglasses trope should give me a +1 die roll. +1 die. So, gonna put my sunglasses on and kneel down in front of the crab. Alright, you gonna tell us how to send that cute monster of yours back where it came from?
He's not my monster.
You're controlling him, though. You got your crustacean mega operator 5000, right?
That is the men from Vector 5. They came to us with an alliance. The crabmen are a proud people from your oceans. Typical of the arrogance of man to think that they're the only intelligent species on this earth.
Sure, but how does it look like that alliance is working out for the Vector 5? Eh?
I do not care, you filthy little miscreant. I will spend every last gulp of seawater trying to eradicate your filthy race from this planet.
Is that so?
That is so. Kill me. It matters not. There are more who will come. Sometime. Somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure. But when they do come, they ain't gonna have their giant crab monster thing.
We have other
Just
ways.
point me in the direction of the machine. I mean, it's their machine, right? Are you really happy with your people being manipulated like that?
It's not manipulation if we made the choice ourselves.
Uh-huh. And you really don't think the Vector 5 guys are gonna turn this mega operator on you?
We have brain functions that are higher than the old god that they have set against you.
Well, apparently not high enough to keep you from helping aliens invade your own planet.
That is what happens when the desperate require the savage animals, such as yourself, to be removed. Filthy creatures.
Mm-hmm. And you think they're gonna stop with us?
At the moment, I do not care. We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Well, we're at that bridge, buddy, and I got a match, so...
Then burn
That's
me, filthy creature.
I'm gonna step back and pace around the room. Anybody want to be the bad cop?
You're all bad in my eyes.
Yeah, well... Yeah, I think you look like you'd be pretty tasty with some butt, so...
Of course. That's the way of humans, isn't it? Feast on everything. Kill this planet.
Hey, we're not the one invading your town.
No, you're just the one who scoops up our cousins from the sea and feasts on them. This one on top of me I have seen before, as he has taken crabs from the sea. Just the small ones, the little ones, to be feasted upon by you filthy kind.
Can I try to use empathy to kind of calm him down and try to get him on our side? Is that something I can use empathy for?
You can attempt to use empathy for that, yes.
Would that be perhaps maybe composure and empathy?
Yes, the difficulty is 5.
Okay, I'd like to use my trademark mama bear because I feel bad for this, sea creature,
Okay.
So, no.
And it is not enough. But on the plus side, you get the overwhelming sense of hatred from this thing. This thing would die for its cause. It would turn on you the second you let it go.
Well then, just one more question. Which garnish should we use? I'd like to take aim and fire, and that was also equip.
All right, so with that, you take aim, fire. The crabman is no more. Actually, roll your dexterity firearms plus 2 dice.
Assuming I can type, I will roll this. I think he's dead.
That's 5 plus the 1. That's 6. You fire off. Your quip was not just a regular quip. It was I did some reading in between because learning new systems and all that. Excuse me. The art of quips. There we are. You gained an award-winning quip. Your character rolls the dice. You've gained at least 3 successes. It is an award winner. This is the scene in the movie that will be played as a preview clip in the awards ceremonies.
Yeah.
And at the very least, get into the film's trailer. You are allowed to do one of 2 things: retain the quip until the end of the story, which means you can use it again, and draw an additional quip immediately, or instantly use a cinematic without the rewrite cost.
Well, since cinematics kind of affect the group, does anybody have a preference, since this is the first time we've done this?
No?
I'm not sure. I mean, unless you want to hold on to the quip and...
I mean, I'm totally fine doing some sort of cinematic sort of something here. So, we are in a room. Do we believe that the machine controlling the crustacean, whatever 5,000 is in this room?
You are more than positive that the crustacean Mega Operator 5000 is not in this room.
Okay. Could we perhaps have it be that where he was, it was just a really, really terribly made wall. The shotgun blast goes through a wall, and we happen to find the way to get to the machine we need to stop our city from being destroyed.
If you want to use a cinematic to try and get to your goal faster, I would suggest cheap set.
I'm thinking cheap set, going through a wall, boom, we happen to be in the room we need to get to, or at least an entrance to it.
Yes.
Then that is what I'd like to do.
All right. With that, so what was your quip again that you just used?
One question, which garnish?
Okay. So you stand over. One question, which garnish? As you blow off the crab's head, but not only that, the bullets go through the floor, causing it to collapse slightly, leading to a room below.
Hey, I think you cracked the case. Literally.
Well, it was time we got moving on with this. So I guess who's first down the hole?
I'll head down first.
You hop down. The room is well illuminated. It is a hallway. You see the hallway lead off to a grand door. You do hear kind of a beeping sort of noise. It seems that there is quite a bit of technology behind that door.
I'll head that way and call down the doctor. Think I'm gonna need your assistance.
If I can be of help.
As you hop down, I need everyone to do a dexterity athletics check, please. Difficulty 2, complication 1.
No, this old man didn't make it.
Yeah.
So what exactly is complication?
It means something bad happens, but you succeeded.
Okay.
So, for Edith is the only one who succeeded and bought off the complication.
Heyo.
Edith, you're able to stay standing and not hurt yourself. Everyone else, everyone who failed, you fell and you rolled your ankles, which means that your speed is slightly lowered, and Soak rolls will be at a -1 die penalty.
What rolls will be?
Soak,
Okay.
as that's just a good general way of damage avoidance. And so those who succeeded, you rolled your ankle staying up. But you all got knocked out over, and the ones who got knocked over, as the ship rises into the air and is flying now, though clearly not having left the atmosphere. So, Martin, Dr. Harold, you are on the floor a little bit as you feel the whole thing rising. Both of you have sprained your ankles, maybe collectively. Perhaps, yeah. You both sprained your ankles by both collapsing at the same time and kicking each other's legs. Spraining each other's ankles simultaneously.
Now, I botched that roll.
Did you botch it?
I did.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's 2 dice from your soak pool to a minimum of 1 die. And you'll get an additional 2 rewrites, and yeah, so, and everyone who failed, add 1 to the rewrite pool as well. So who failed? It was Thomas failed.
I failed.
I think I'm the only one who passed.
Well, Liam passed, he just didn't buy off the complication.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I see that now.
Yeah, so that would be a total of 4 extra into the rewrite pool.
So are you saying I get the complication or I don't get the complication?
You do get the complication. You succeeded, so you're upright, but you did roll your ankle.
Okay. So it's the lower speed and all that. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
As you all start picking
boy.
yourselves up.
Is it just me, or is this lighthouse moving?
I think we should probably just call it a ship at this point, because I don't think we're on the ground anymore.
Well, that can't be good. Think I pulled something. Alright, let's try to find some kind of cockpit.
So there's the door before Martin and Dr. Harold. How would you like to continue?
We're heading through the door.
Okay, and the rest of you are still up a level, I believe.
I thought everyone came down since...
Yeah, we all went
Okay,
down.
everyone went down? Okay. So yeah, you all start moving towards the room. The door slowly opens, and you see 3 of those aliens, as well as
Which
a large...
aliens?
The crab people and the fish people are from Earth.
Okay.
So the elongated head, green aliens with the purple beards, with their cloaks and tendril legs, as well as 5 fishmen who are all unconscious. As one of them goes, "Be ready. The intruders will be here soon."
Do we want to make a plan?
Are
Trying
they
to think of
armed?
something.
Like, do they have weapons?
Yes.
Ray guns or anything?
They all have ray guns.
Well, I think we probably ought to just kill them.
I assume somebody grabbed the ray gun that the alien had upstairs.
Well, I certainly didn't, because I have my own gun.
Yeah.
I don't think I recalled anyone grabbing another ray gun.
Yeah, I have my ray gun.
Can we say that...
You can use-
No,
You can use 1 from the rewrite to say that you got it.
I think we should do that.
I agree.
Okay, so you use 1 from your rewrite pool to say that you got the ray gun from the alien that you had dropped. Who's using that gun?
I'll take it.
Okay, so you'll have a 2 equipment bonus. So add 2 automatic successes if you roll at least a single success when making a ranged attack roll using that ray gun.
Cool.
So, the door open. You see the aliens there talking as the 2 are glaring at the door and the other one is tapping furiously. You see the large Crabby Lizard roaring out as you see cars with police and military riding up as it sprays out a horrible blast of putrefied water that is so powerful it strips the metal from the cars as the police jump out of the way in frantic fear. And the alien laughs maniacally as he continues to press buttons, pull levers on the large crimson computer that seems to click repeatedly.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the controls. Take aim,
Alright.
shoot the controls.
Sounds good. Take aim.
So, total of 3 successes.
You strike as they hit the controls, and the controls explode slightly and spark as you feel the whole ship rattling. Now, as you see the aliens going, "Ah! Monsters! How dare you!" As the ship, you feel yourselves getting pulled back. I need strength or might athletics or cunning athletics or dexterity athletics to catch yourselves as you feel the ship turning downwards, ready to crash into the ground. Difficulty 1.
2 successes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, that's a relief.
We still need Edith and Chad.
Oh, sorry. I thought I hit submit on that. I'm dumb.
We'll use might athletics then. Okay.
You all succeed as the ship slams into the middle of town. The 3 aliens are not so lucky. As the crustacean Mega Operator 5000 fizzles and dies, and you hear alarms blaring all around the ship as you see some kind of signals showing up on a different computer screen in this room, flashing and changing. Perhaps the calculator would be able to give you a more accurate description of what's going on.
Okay, so I guess I'll use that.
Intelligence technology with an equipment bonus of 1. Damn, Thomas. 6. That's 7 successes? Or no, that's 6 successes.
6 successes.
So you see that the ship on the calculator has a self-destruct mechanism ready to go. It will explode in an hour. However, you may spend your extra successes to increase that time frame so that you can get back to the nature area and possibly bring back your alien companion to stop the explosion from happening.
Sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do, as you work quickly, somehow knowing exactly what buttons to press as you click around, and finally you see the timer go up to 5 hours. On the screen you see the creature roaring in frustration as it is heading towards the same tower you all are going towards, or that you need to go towards.
Oh, great. I was hoping it was just gonna take off once we took down this machine. These ray guns attract it, right?
Correct.
Do we want to try to lead it away somehow?
I mean, we can try and lead it somewhere, but we still have to... Well, we need to get out of the ship first.
We need to get out of the ship, we need to find our alien buddy, and we also need to get this creature back into the ocean. You have a boat, right?
I have a boat, yeah.
Maybe some of us should take the boat out with a ray gun and see if we can get the creature away from the town.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay,
Who wants to do
so what is the plan?
split up? Some people take the boat out into the ocean and try to lead the creature away, and others go to the tower and fetch the alien and try to get him to disarm the ship. Or
Okay.
I guess we could do the one and the other.
We'll take-
I think splitting up would be better. We just don't want to run out of time. We don't know how long it'll take to fix the ship or get this self-destruct to stop.
Agreed.
So who's coming with me on the boat?
I will probably come with you on the boat, I think.
So Chad is going with Martin.
I will go to the tower and see about gathering our new friends.
Doctor, do you want to come with us to help us fix the ray guns if they break?
I don't know if I would be helpful in that, but I could try.
I'm gonna take all of the ray guns in the room.
Okay. You grab all the ray guns in the room.
And then gonna head to my boat.
All right, you guys start heading to the boat. The rest of you start heading out. Break, as it were. The creature is far enough away that you were able to get to your boat relatively easily. The ship has crashed in the dead center of town, which means harbor access is easy. Martin, please do a... we'll go with Resolve Pilot, please.
All right.
The ship takes off, avoiding the various scattered bits of debris. Thankful that your ship is still here and your livelihood intact as you start driving off. Chad, you start firing the ray gun into the air, I'm assuming?
Okay, so what would I have to roll?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. Yep.
So
You
you
just-
start... Oh, go ahead.
Just firing the ray guns attracts it.
Yes.
Well, then I'll fire the ray gun too.
All right, Dr. Harold is firing as well as the thing turns its head as you see it kind of shiver and shriek as its claws pincer up as it flings itself and begins to charge at you. Its 6 scaly legs smashing through buildings and crashing through the street as it begins heading towards the water. And you start speeding away, giving ample time for Hugh and Edith to get into the car and start driving towards the tower.
So, Craig, I didn't write this down. What is the name of our alien friend? Did we ever get that?
You did not. I don't think you ever asked.
Well,
They
okay.
mentioned it.
Oh, did he mention it?
The other alien.
Oh, yeah, the other aliens.
Yeah, the other
mentioned it.
aliens. Yeah. The
But-
other aliens mentioned.
You don't know what that is.
We're just going to call him Bobby. That seems like a good alien name. So,
You say so.
well, do you have a better suggestion?
We could ask.
I mean, we will, but until we get there. So, is it just
All right.
you and me heading out there then?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
want
rush...
me to drive?
You guys steal a car, first off, because your car's nowhere to be found.
That's my next question. Awesome.
So I need real quick from you, Hugh, either an intelligence or a cunning larceny check to hotwire a car.
All right. 2.
2, you successfully hotwire the car, and you were able to buy off the complication to prevent the police siren of the car from going off.
You only know how to do that because you do the drugs. You should be ashamed
What
of
did you
yourself.
say?
Thought it was drug singular.
He's doing all kinds of things now.
All kinds of drug.
All kinds of drug. What have I gotten myself into?
The car races down
I don't know.
the road as you start heading towards the tower. Shooting forward, back to the rest of the group. Martin, I will need another... I'll need another resolve or possibly composure pilot as the creature is catching up quickly and you need to maneuver fast.
I think I
Jesus.
did it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Do a barrel roll.
That's 9
9.
successes. You launch off as the creature is catching up, and then you just hit a beach. Launch over one of the small islands that would slow the creature down as you're just maneuvering like a master. In fact, you're doing all of these crazy stunts with such an expert hand that while it looks like you're a stunt driver, at the same time, hitting all of these rapids, hitting everything, launching the ship, causes zero seasickness for your 2 companions who feel like it's but a pleasant summer day as they continue to fire their ray guns in the air, even though you're driving like a fucking maniac. Back to the tower. Didn't expect that to go that smoothly. As you guys get there, as you start running down the trails, and you get right to the towers, you see the alien coming out. What is it?
Go for it.
We crashed the ship and we blew up the machine, but now I think the ship is doing a countdown. We need you to turn off the self-destruct if you can.
What? By the third moon of Venus! Get me into your car now! Your vehicle! Drive! Drive! Drive!
You got it.
Also, what is your name?
Oh. Apologies as you see him get the seatbelt on as he goes, for safety. Xehanort Gribblethrum.
One more time for me there, sir. Just a little slower.
Xehanort Gribblethrum.
I'm just gonna call you Z if that's okay.
It is not.
Alright. Xehanort Gribblethrum. Pleasure. Hugh Barron.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
I'm
Hugh
Edith
Barron.
Baker.
And you, Edith Baker. This is quite pleasant. I think I feel oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen gently pressing against my facial strands as you speed down this road. It feels like the freedom that you spoke of, Hugh Barron.
Oh yeah. Nothing like a fast car. Nobody in the way.
Meanwhile, Chad, your first ray gun stops working as you throw it overboard and you have to grab another one.
Okay.
And Martin, probably tempting fate, but with a 2 enhancement bonus. Same roll because of how fucking amazing your last one was.
Alright. Let's see how this goes. Still decent.
Yeah, still decent. You're able to avoid it, but just barely as the hot steam-like salt water shoots out of the creature's mouth as it scuffs a bit of the side of your boat, but does no lasting damage as you swerve just in time. Chad, you grab another ray gun and start firing into the sky as the thing is... Yes. The creature is swimming up faster and faster. You, Edith, and Hugh, you get to the spaceship and you climb in. As Xehanort Gribblethrum gets to the main console and starts typing away.
Also, is there anything on this boat that can take out that creature?
I would rather not. The creature was simply coming back to collect its young and leave.
That's fair. Whoops.
Do you think you can fix it? Can you stop the ship from blowing up?
Yes, and I think I can get it airborne again. You just give me but a few moments. You there, Hugh!
Yep.
Lift! You and Edith Baker grab that pipe and lift it. Place it upon the thermogenic capacitor 35.
Roger that.
The blue thing into the red thing.
That we can do.
On
So-
3.
So whoever has the highest might athletics with a 1 enhancement from being helped by someone else.
That would be 2 for me.
Your might athletics is only with the +1 is only a 2.
Well, not with a +1. He gets an automatic 1 success if he rolls 1 success.
Well, I've got 5, so I'll roll it.
Alright.
All right. You get it as you click it in, and you get the next step as you turn it naturally, and the ship powers on.
What's next?
We'll take off, and we will use the gravitational ray to pick up all the children and place them into the sea.
Good thinking.
As it picks them up and starts flying over. Martin, you continue to drive as you see the spaceship flying overhead with like a few hundred little tiny specks just floating under it as it is rapidly approaching you. Chad and Dr. Harold, you see that as well.
I'm gonna suggest that the doctor and Chad stop firing their rifles and going to try and lose the monster.
All right. Make that roll. You don't lose it, but the creature is starting to lose interest. It's still swimming towards you, though. Its eyes, the glaze over look in its eyes starts to slow as you see it lift its head and sniff as it turns and it sees the spaceship after one last turn. Unfortunately, Martin, you do end up beaching your ship at that point.
All right.
Dr. Harold and Chad, please make a stamina roll to not take 2 points of damage.
Is this still at the at that complication from earlier?
Yes.
So we lose 1 die on the complication, right?
Yes.
Okay. Figure to make sure.
All right, Chad, you take 1 point of damage. Dr. Harold, you take 2. As you both fly backwards, slamming into the side of the ship. Dr. Harold, you get a little worse, the worst of it, as you do also land on some hooks. Meanwhile, on the ship, Dr. Xehanort goes, "We're dropping the infants now."
Bombs
Will
away.
they be hurt? Dropping them from this distance?
Oh no, as you see the beams slowly losing power, so they slowly drop into the water. You hear over the comms the little noise that they make as the big mother lizard swims up, cooing a bit as it lets the little babies crawl onto its back.
Oh.
And the creature swims off into the sunset as Xehanort Gribblethrum goes, "We have saved your town and your world for now." Shall we?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, are you going to stay or are you going to leave now?
I believe that I must go and find others who believe in this concept of nation of immigrants. But on top of that, I need others to help with the ship and the technology that it contains, for unfortunately, the men of Vector 5 have awakened a plethora of great beasts that roam under the seas, and not all are as simple or as benevolent as that lizard. We will need help in maintaining them and keeping the human race safe.
Well, I ain't really doing anything here, and I've always wanted to see the stars.
Yes, your elegance moved me and moved my Threyardrakrak into believing in this thing, this American dream.
Good to hear it. Maybe we can convince some other folks of the same thing. Who knows? Even keep them away from this planet.
Yes. Shall we pick up your friends there? I see their ship upon that island down there.
Good plan. Use that gravity thing. I think they'll get a kick out of that.
Chad, Dr. Harold, and Martin, your hair starts to stand on end as it starts to go up and up into the air, and the ship slowly lifts up and begins to get flown back towards the harbor.
All right.
He places you down softly, and the ship lands as you see several police officers out front as the door comes down, and Edith and Hugh are able to step out briefly as Xehanort Gribblethrum wishes to also thank the other 3 brave humans before he departs with Hugh.
Alright.
As the police are going, "Freeze! Freeze!" shaking, completely taken aback.
It's okay, guys. We come in peace. I always wanted to say that.
Officers, calm down. We will explain everything. Let's just cool down. I'd like to use persuasion, manipulation to try to get them to calm down and put the guns away.
Okay, and you'll get a 1 enhancement bonus as they recognize you as the mayor's wife.
And I'd like to use my trademark to kind of tell them what they want to hear to get them to calm down.
Okay, that works. 2 dice.
So 3 on that.
All right.
Plus 1.
You get them to all calm down. You have 1 extra die to cinematically edit.
Oh man, what kind of edit do we want to do? Other than the rewrite and the cheap set, what are the other cinematic?
Oh, that's different. That's an actual writer's pool cinematic. You can
that's
creatively edit by adding or subtracting something to the scene, including something that Xehanort Gribblethrum does, possibly some sort of pretty gesture of peace, or you could make it so that possibly their guns stop working in some sort of capacity.
I will have our alien companion come out with us and, his hands, his equivalent of hands, in a non-gesturing, a non-violent sort of way. And I will have Hugh put his arm around to show that he is a friend and companion.
All right, so that happens, and you see lights dazzling from the alien's hand, and you see the cops going, "That's beautiful. Let us be on our way, Edith Baker, Hugh Baron."
Can we have some time to deal with our families before we go try to save the world?
Go and be with your family. I will simply go and say goodbye to your 3 companions, and take dear Hugh into the vast cosmos.
Excellent.
Yep.
Edith Baker, it was a pleasure.
Thank you for all of your help. I hope we will see you again in our fair town.
I think so. I think this is a perfect base of operations.
I'll do what I need to here to make that happen.
Thank you. As his tendrils start slipping and moving, as he starts shuffling down, heading towards the dock. There's a bit of vomit on the side of Martin's ship where the dear doctor was, as he's hanging on the railing.
Oh my. Not used to being in a boat.
You see the alien coming towards you with Hugh next to him.
Well, Doc, looks like I get to go to space. I'll miss you, though. It was a pleasure working with you.
That sounds very interesting. But, so we save the town then?
Yes, the Crabby Lizard has returned to her domain for now, and will remain a predator against some of the other species that swim in your oceans. But others will arise, and so I must go with Hugh Baron here, so that we may stop them from getting out of control.
I'm gonna help him run his ship and maybe convince a few other aliens to, not be jerks.
Have a safe trip then.
It was a pleasure. As the alien extends out his hand,
I'll take it and shake his hand.
as he looks at you confused, "Oh, I'm sorry, is that the human custom?" Oz is, as he's tapping his fingers on your palm.
I will try to repeat that then.
"And may the stars shine on you too, my dear friend." He turns to Chad and extends his hand out.
Alright.
As he taps your hand, he's like, and finally he goes to Martin.
I will just shake his hand.
He goes, "Very well. You were an excellent pilot, being able to avoid the creature as you did."
Just fishing's always been my passion. Gotta make sure my ship doesn't get destroyed.
I understand. I was going to ask, if you don't mind, if you would come with us. I could certainly use one with your abilities.
Any exotic fishing spots you know about out there?
Many.
Then I'll join you.
Thank you. And so you go to the stars, while others stay at home and prepare for the aliens to return, this time peacefully in a changed world. Thank you to everyone who listened. This is our second half of the Crabby Lizard from the horrid depths from the game They Came From Beneath the Sea. We hope you guys enjoyed it. This was our first time running this system. It was our test run to just give it a try, get a palate cleanser game in before we jumped into something else. I wanted to know how everyone here felt about the game, what their thoughts were.
Well, I have to say, I really enjoyed this game, and my favorite part definitely was the quips. I like that there's a variety of options you can choose from, and I really like that it gives you kind of a direction to shoot for in your interactions if you're not really sure how you want to handle something, if only just to get the quip out there.
Took me a bit to get used to the system, but overall I liked it.
I enjoyed the character creation. Like, it creates a character that you feel like you know at least what they're motivated to accomplish before you start the game.
I agree with that. I really like that. And I've done a couple story path games before, and this one, the story path system felt the most natural, at least how it was written.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed character creation, and this was the first, I guess, story path storyteller system. The first thing with dots and D10s and that kind of mechanic that I've ever played. I've only done D20 stuff before this. So it was a great intro to that. I really like the trademarks and the tropes and all of those options that can be explored, and didn't get to try everything that I selected for the character, but what I did made it really engaging.
Yeah.
Can I also say, I really liked the fact that, Mike, you were able to talk us out of conflict at the tower, and I imagine that is not how any of us expected that to go. I just really like that we were able to roll with it while Mike's working on his difficulties. One last thing that I think would have really made this game perfect, and this is just for this session, when Mommy Lizard went back into the ocean with her babies, we absolutely should have had a Godzilla scream.
That's fair. That's fair.
Other than that, perfect across the board.
All right. Welcome back, Mike.
Yeah, sorry, my audio cut out, and I guess you couldn't hear what I was saying.
Correct.
Right. Well, Christine appreciated being my talking us out of combat, and I was saying that I intentionally made a character that wasn't combat heavy, and it was a nice change of pace.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, so I kind of really like the campiness that you did go with for this story, and the system really lends itself to it.
Yeah.
And lends itself to solving problems with the power of the American dream.
I really like that because I did actually very much less planning for this game than I usually do. I kind of just went with the flow for this one. Part of it was because the first game I was super sleep deprived on, so I didn't have actual time to do as many notes as I wanted to, or I would usually do. And this session, because it just completely changed from what I thought it was going to do because of Mike's American Dream speech, I just modified it as best I could, did some bullet points, and just decided to go with the flow. So I really like the campiness. I like this. I mentioned this in the other Discord where everyone's at, is that this reminds me of when I first started playing D&D, where it was kind of a quote-unquote serious situation, but everyone in it is so ridiculous and over the top, it can't help but be funny. And it's intentionally that way rather than, you bumbling into it as a first-time DM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoyed the feeling was campy, but it wasn't like just goofy for the sake of being goofy. Like I swear when I used that line, I've never negotiated that quip about negotiation, I did not know where I was going with that when I started talking. Like I just completely riffed and then got outrageous number of successes. But
yeah,
I really enjoyed Christine's Quentin Tarantino moment with the what garnish do you want? I think I can see that. I can see the 50s housewife in the trailer holding a shotgun. And,
Me too.
that whole scene.
That was a perfect scene from Christine. I really enjoyed that. That was really well done and an excellent use of the quip.
I'm just glad that I rolled well enough to be able to get a quip like that, because I just did random quips. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time picking them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be interesting to do even just a one-shot within a larger campaign where because I think you can write your own quips that you add to the deck. It would be interesting to do like a movie quotes kind of quip night.
That would be fun.
You're going to do, something from like, I don't know, Godzilla. Somebody gets the quip, let them fight. That would be great, actually.
I agree with that. I would really like to try this. I'm probably not recording just because the recording quality does go down when we're all in the same room because I only have the one microphone. Play the game with the deck of cards of quips, because then you can pull a new one and you can have a maximum of 5 quips per game and use that to increase the size of your quip repertoire for the session.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be interesting. I think this is a really great game for having those like interactive moments where, drawing cards and figuring out how to use it. I think this is also a really good game. Like, I know I talk about sound effects a lot in all of our games, but like, this is the perfect game to watch terrible, B-list movies for ridiculous Ray sound effects and, what
absolutely.
a spaceship would sound like. It's something that if we come back to this and play it long term, we should invest some time into that, I think.
I can agree with that.
Oh, yeah. You need a soundboard.
Yeah.
Like you need something with buttons where you can push and get the cheesy sound effect.
Oh, I agree, and I think part of it would be less of the recording, just because I haven't spent the time to look for the royalty-free stuff and where to put all the, don't sue me stuff, or don't take us down, please stuff.
I got you covered with that if you need help with it in the future, though.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And I'll bet, especially for this genre, there are a lot of public domain sound effects.
It's quite possible.
Well,
the worse they are, the better.
I actually have a sci-fi player. It's one that we bought for our Masks of Narthalatap campaign for Call of Cthulhu, and it's got some pretty like crazy, like 1940s, 1950s movie sound effects. Something to consider in the future, because it's aimed at games such as this, and I've already bought all of the add-ons.
That's good to know. Yeah, so, hey, thanks for everyone for joining. Hope you enjoyed the feedback. Hope you enjoyed the game. And we will see you next time. I still don't know what we're going to play next time. So, till then, talk to you all later. Bye.